Okay, my jumbo shrimps. Time now is 11:32 a.m. in the morning on July 23rd. Um, yeah, I slept from 4 a.m. to 10:30 as woken up by the alarm, but I went back to bed for 45 more minutes. So 11:15. Yeah, embarrassingly late. Part of the reason why I wanted to wake up earlier is so that I'm tired enough to go back to sleep earlier tonight, but honestly, I'm not that tired at all. I just think that I've been sleeping so much in the last few days to the point where, well, aside from the couple of days where I helped my mom film the performance, I think I'm just so charged in general to the point where if I spend the next few days sleep deprived, I won't even be that tired, you know. But yeah, I think my sore throat is healing, but I'm not quite sure. It's just persistent. It's not terrible, but my not short film sore throat is just consistently there, and that's it. So I don't know. I just think that I just think that I don't know. I hope it heals, but I still have runny nose. So I'm still a little sick, but overall I'm feeling okay. So today's day 12 out of 38. Um, and yeah, I'm going to. Another reason why I wanted to wake up earlier in the morning is because today at around 1 p.m. or maybe 1:15 ish, I'm going to leave, which is embarrassing because that's less than 2 hours later. Fuck me. But yeah, at around 1:15, I'm going to leave and I'm going to my mom's company's office to offload my camera footage onto a computer. In the meantime, after the I want to sneeze. In the meantime, after that, at around 3 p.m., I and my mom are going to Hong Kong Hong Kong Baptist University to take a look at a bunch of student shorts. Like a student short film screening thing, which is gonna be funny because I expect them all to be shit. No, just kidding. Maybe some of them are pretty good. Who knows? But it's a good way for me to gauge where your students are at, you know, in Hong Kong. What's their level, you know? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And then I'll return home for dinner, and then okay, and then that's it. I've decided to film a couple album reviews, a double attack today. I'm gonna refilm my Jax album review, but this time I'm not reacting to it. I'm just talking about it, and it's gonna be super short. Like I'm just gonna spend 3 minutes talking about this album and tell people to watch my previous video, which is barely getting any views. It's highly shadow banned, which is disgusting. And then I'm gonna do a twice album review, and I'm gonna watch as much as I can. I'm really like falling behind with my watching schedule. Like I'm supposed to watch so many things. I have so much anime and so many films to watch, and I keep postponing it every single day. It's honestly not fun at all. Like, had I not pushed myself to watch movies, I probably end up watching like 5 films this month, and each film, yeah, in 5 different sittings. You know. So, yeah. So I'm planning to watch maybe 6 episodes of anime plus Priscilla tonight. On top of that, finding a job at USC, that's a priority. Emailing financial aid, begging for money, that's a priority. Well, not the highest priority, but I still want to do it. And finally, publishing a Facebook post to look for my actor. That's a priority too. Writing scripts, that's a priority. And that's it for today. Nothing else. I don't know. I yeah. I don't know. I last while I'm making my short film now, which is my 8th short film. I feel a little frustrated. It's like, oh, here we go again. I'm looking for actors. I'm wasting money. I'm wasting a lot of time. I'm wasting everyone's effort to film some weird, confusing, artsy shit. Like, ugh. But last night, my brother telling me how his friend group enjoyed my short film, or at least saw it, is a little awkward, but at the same time gave me a little, hope. Like, gave me a little motivation. Like, what short film should I make next in order to throw my audience off? What short film should I do next? What genre should I do next? Should I do like a horror again? Should I do political thriller? Should I do a comedy next? Like what am I doing here? So I don't know. I'm actually somehow, even though I'm making my 8th short film, I'm already excited for my 9th short film, which is demented for me to say, but I think I don't know. I want to collaborate with someone. I want to find someone good in USC. Maybe somebody in the APCA, and just collab, because why the hell not, But yeah, I do think that, like, because so far even with cloud busting, from cloud busting onwards, it's been 5 short films, and these 5 short films also point me towards an artsy, up for interpretation kind of style, and I want to drastically change that. So I'm honestly thinking of doing something completely different next time, with a very straightforward story, but with a completely different selling point. Maybe I'm gonna do a proof of concept badminton short film. I think that would be amazing. And again, because it's a different game now, it's a different genre, so it's a different game, I may not be as good at it, so I gotta practice. So I don't know. Anyways, that's it. I'm happy with what I edited with Tova last night. I think that was great progress. Somehow that's more exciting than anything I've done in the last 11 days in Hong Kong. And that's it. That's all. Nothing else. Explosions. Side question. I'm wondering whether I can email any film restoration companies in Hong Kong the same way people would email Criterion, like, yo, when are you guys restoring Eyes Wide Shut in 4K? I want to do that, but to a Hong Kong restoration company. Like, yo, when are you restoring the Fruit Chan trilogy, bruh? When are you restoring Ashes of Time, bruh? So, I don't know, I kind of want to do that. Okay. Oakley dokley, time now is 8 p.m. Haven't had dinner yet, but will ASAP. Just want to quickly wrap up today, and then we'll continue on with the day. So today, day 12 out of 38. Nothing all that interesting happened again. I watched, I filmed a couple of reviews, and then I had to immediately leave after lunch. I went to my mom's company's office. So apparently there's, not apparently, but there's final year project screening at Baptist University. Also, I shaved, very clean. I even shaved these parts, so I'm a clean man now. I digress. At 3 p.m. there is the final year project screenings at Baptist University, and my mom needs to attend it. But I was late to my mom's company's office. So the original plan is I'm going to take my camera and the SD card all the way to my mom's company's office, offload the footage onto a computer or hard drive, and then I and my mom will go to Baptist University, which is in Kowloon Tong, which is about 15 minutes away drive, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it is quite far actually. And then we watch the screenings, and then I go home. We go home. But I was late to my mom's company's office, so I made it there. I put down the SD card, and then I left. So we proceeded to go to Baptist University, and I had very low expectations, probably because I have the USC syndrome. I have the Trojan syndrome, guys, where I look down on others, particularly film, or it's more like because LA film education is like one of the best of the world, is not the best. So of course, when I'm looking at, you know, short films made by other countries and other film schools, I'm like, are they good? We'll see. But after walking into the big hall, after walking into the auditorium and then looking at the brochure that they customized, I was like, okay, you know what? This is probably gonna be better than I thought. So they played 8 shorts, and turns out it's not even like BFA. It's High Dip, which is short for High Diplomacy, which is basically the equivalent of a community college because it's a 2-year program and you get an associate's degree. And so they played 8 short films, and let me tell you, most of them are pretty mid. But production quality wise, they are still better than the ones I've seen in Long Beach, the junior thesis films. Probably because they have more money and they have more time. But the production quality is better, that's a fact. But most of the short films are pretty mid. They are all missing something. Story-wise, it's very lacking. Sound-wise, it's a bit of a mess. Cinematography is actually quite nice. A couple of them have very good cinematography, but I think cinematography is like, I don't want to look down on DPs, but really good cinematography is not that hard to achieve these days. So short film number 1 is this sad romance short film about a guy after he died. He's in heaven and then he goes back down to mankind to comfort his girlfriend who wanted to commit suicide because she missed him too much. And I'm sorry, I'm not invested in the story at all. It's so, I don't know, it just feels like and that's the thing with a lot of Hong Kong short films, that they don't feel like real short films. They feel like short films within a movie. Like if there's a movie about filmmaking and the characters are making a short film, this would be the short film. It feels like it's separated from, I don't know, it just feels like there's a glass wall between me and other people who think that their short film is like legit. Like it doesn't feel like a legit short film. There's something very AI flavored about it. I'm not saying it's AI generated, definitely not. It's just, it feels very cliche, but it's unaware that it's cliche, I guess. So that's the first one. The editing of the first short film is terrible. Like one scene and it keeps chopping like every second. It's actually insane. It's very insufferable almost. Not immersed in the story at all. The sound is wonky as well. The second short film is like, it's about a woman who was a drug addict, and she recovered from drug addiction, and she had to, or it was her own idea to take care of this kid, her neighbor, because the kid's father is constantly drunk and is abusive. And it's like a nice, mom and son kind of like mother figure and son figure kind of like bonding movie, and it just doesn't end. Like the story just has no ending. There's a conflict, there's a flashback, and then it just doesn't end. Again, not really interested in the story at all. Cinematography and the color grading kind of weird at times, but the flashbacks, they really experimented. It's black and white. They use fisheye lens. The flashbacks look good because they look interesting. The third short film is a bit better because this is the first short film in 1.85 ratio. Finally, you don't need to have widescreen ratio in order to be quote-unquote cinematic. And the third short film is very good looking. The cinematography is actually pretty damn good. There's a use of vintage lens, very smooth, buttery focus fall off, a very great variety of lens from ultra wides to long lens, very nice color grading as well. It appears that this DP knows what they're doing, but the cinematography is too good for the story. The story is nothing. It's about a girl and a guy who like vandalizes places and does graffiti art on walls, and then this girl randomly meets another guy who's like known for drawing stuff on Instagram, and then they hung out, and then at some point it turns into kind of a Challengers-esque short film where two guys fight over a girl, but that was very short. Like, it was just a couple scenes, and then the police came, and then we time jump to the future where the main girl is not a punk emo graffiti girl, but she's like an art student now, and then there's the guy from before, and then that's it. Like, what's the whole point? Like, what happened? What? I don't know what's happening, and the acting is not good. Fourth short film is basically a spoof. It's an Edgar Wright-esque parody short film, where it, for the most part, it's like a silent film, very bad film grain filter, and everyone's in costume, which looks interesting actually. First short film to look and feel interesting is a spoof short film, and has also ended up being the best one out of the 8, easily the best one, because it's interesting, because all the other ones are very cliche. The fourth short film is about a couple brothers who they're basically the Wright brothers, who invented the plane, and they wanted to fly the plane and look down on Earth to see what Earth really looks like. But people keep dying. Like, one of the brothers got hit by thunder, and then the other got to heaven even though the other person didn't die, and then he saw a lawyer who's going to represent him in court, and they're going to sue God because apparently God is behind killing his brother, because there's a conspiracy. And then we have these characters coming back to life, like Stephen Hawking and like Isaac Newton. They showed up in court. It's insane. And like Magellan, who's like a talking painting. It's actually really funny and kind of creative. It's very cringe, but it's so committed to its bit, it's actually a little bit impressive. And yeah, there are a lot of like movie references. There's an Infernal Affairs reference. There's like 2001: A Space Odyssey reference. There's another reference that I really like, but I already forgot. I think it was a very recent movie too. Oh yeah, there's a sparring partner. And yeah, and then the end reveals that the world actually is a big wok. Like it's a dish being cooked on a wok. It's ridiculous, but that's it. And then the next 4 short films, we have a little Q&A, and then the Q&As are the worst parts of the screenings, because those questions are not even fucking questions. We have 2 MCs, and they ask the most basic thing ever, like, "Wow, your short film is very creative. How did you come up with it?" You know, like, that's not a question. Like, ask something interesting, like, "Oh, that one scene. Why did you use that character?" You know, ask something meaningful, not basic questions that people who haven't seen a short film would ask. Anyways, the next 4 short films, very sleepy, very lame. The 5th short film, number 5, is a Chinese short film. The writer-director is Chinese, and most of the dialogue is in Mandarin, and the story takes place in China, and it is so confusing, so choppy. I have no idea what happened. It's about a girl whose uncle or brother died from cancer, and she tried to commit suicide, or maybe her mom is sick, or somebody's hospitalized. Oh my god. I've been sneezing nonstop all day. Gosh. And yeah, it's a mess. Cinematography's kind of okay. Short film number 6 is the worst one. It is a rom-com about a girl who has a crush on a cool basketball guy, and she enters this game world, and it's a dating game, and she has a glow up, and she starts zapping boys with her eyes and get boys to follow her like a bunch of NPCs. It is cringe. It looks like an SNL skit, and the turns out the basketball guy is a douchebag, but the nerdy guy who sits next to her, who is conveniently very good looking, is the real love interest, and they kiss at the end. And apparently this guy is like a huge deal in the school, like not in the story, like in real life. And when the guy showed up, all the girls were screaming, so that's it. Short film 7 is another spoof comedy type of short film about filmmaking itself. It's about a guy who struggles with script writing and runs into John Woo, but instead of Yu Sum, it's Yu Sum, so it's like a little different. Not John Woo, but maybe John Woo. And the evil character is Wong Jing. And it's about filmmaking and passion, but it's funny, and it's like an SNL skit again. It doesn't feel like an actual movie. The final film is very bland, but there's a cool gimmick, and it's because all the thesis films are 15 minutes long. So in the beginning you see a clock, and it's like 15 minutes, and then 14:59, and then there's several moments where a clock appears in the short film, so it literally counts down the short film for us. And then at the very end, it's like 3, 2, 1, 0. But the whole short film is another one of those somebody died short films. A woman singer whose other singer friend died to suicide, and it's just about grief, and it's a lot of crying, and there's really no resolution, and she like sings a song at the end. Like, there really isn't much to be said. When I watch these short films, I feel like I'm locked in some kind of world where my creativity is cornered. Aside from the 4th short film number 4, the one with the Isaac Newton and everything, that one is a standout. In fact, that short film reminded me why filmmaking is fun. It's because you get to be creative, you get to be batshit insane. You get to revive Isaac Newton and have a character play him in a wig, and it'll still help the story somehow. But the rest is just very boring. So anyways, that's it. I came back home. Here I am. So it's good that I came home a little earlier, because I have more time for the rest of the day, not only to watch animes and a film, but also to edit and do more short film stuff. So the AD guy who I had a meeting with just now, a couple of days ago, he just WhatsApped me saying that the DP is not available. I had a whole hour talk with him. It went well, and it led nowhere. Wow. So that's okay. In some ways, it's good news, because this means I get to, ask people who I personally trust, and also keep the crew extremely small and simple, which means fewer people to feed, fewer people to take care of, and faster to be finished. So in a way, it's good news, but I still need a couple of people. I still need good sound. I still need a specific light. But yeah, short film moving along, definitely, for sure. But yeah, that's it. Time now is 11:39, 11:40. Also want to just quickly add that during the screenings at BU today, I looked, because I was sitting at the very front row. I looked to my right, and I saw several people sitting, but one person looked a little bit familiar. He seemed like a director, like a recently recently debuted director. And I did some research afterwards. Turns out he is Nick Chuck, who is the director of Time Still Turns the Pages. So that's pretty interesting. I ran into the director of both The Sparring Partner and Time Still Turns the Pages. It's cool. Even though I'm not a big fan of that film. Time now is 1:18 p.m. on July 22nd. 24th. Okay. So, yeah, as you can probably tell, I just woke up, which is terrible. I can't wake up this late. I went to bed at 3:40, and then I slept all the way. I believe no interruptions till 1:15. I don't know how. I don't know why am I so sleepy, and I don't know why I slept all the way. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I did manage to do that, which is crazy, and I feel a little guilty. There's a sleep guilt. Like, I feel like I slept too much, and I feel like I'm wasting time by sleeping too much. So from tomorrow onwards, I'm gonna set an alarm to force myself to wake up earlier. Yeah, I can't go to the bathroom right now because I'm waiting for my dad, which is interesting. This is the first time it's happened. Usually it happens all the time. Usually every time I wake up, there is a 40% chance that my dad's gonna be in the bathroom. But today's the first time, so that's great. But yeah, the good thing is today it's gonna be home all day. It's gonna be home all day, and hopefully nothing crazy happens that forces me out of my home. Which means I'm gonna have to. I have all day to sort of edit, film reviews, watch movies and animes, and sort of rest, edit my own shit, and so on and so forth. But even so, I'm gonna do a military schedule thing ish. I'm gonna do last night I didn't watch Priscilla, and I'm actually pretty fucking pissed about it. At around 1 a.m. I tried to start watching the movie Priscilla, and for some reason the internet didn't work suddenly, even though I have a landline, and kept buffering and buffering and buffering, like the page didn't even load. So I waited and waited and waited, and I was kind of pissed because I was on a roll. I finished 4 episodes of Haikyuu, and then I wanted to edit my college update video, but I didn't have time because I'm tired. I wanted to do my Facebook actor post, but I'm too tired to do that shit. I thought about looking for jobs at USC, but again, I'm too tired to do that shit. So once again, I ran out of time to do a bunch of shit, which is actually kind of frustrating. So last night I ended up being a little angry. But I actually did draw. So that's one great thing that I did, is I drew. And I drew Luma's heads mostly, but I thought it's pretty good progress, and I wanted to draw every single day. So I'm going to do it again today. But yeah, today I have to do a little, military style, and yeah, a little military style. I have to do all this stuff before dinner. I have to do all this stuff after dinner. What's set is set in stone. I feel like I'm doing something similar again back in the American days, and that is I give myself too much to do after dinner, which keeps pushing me to sleep later and later and later every single day. So I'm gonna try my best to finish everything I can before dinner. But yeah. My dad's in the bathroom with no lights on, no locked doors, so I just opened the door and I almost walked into it. I did walk into it, but yeah. But yeah, that's great. I don't know how much I'll have to wait. I want to piss right now. And of course, I have to hold my pee in because that is the art of pee holding. And nothing else. No notifications. I wake up and there's nothing. Again, like, I feel like I'm isolated from the rest of the world. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm isolated from the rest of the world. I feel like, nothing's happening. Also, YouTube. I'm not exactly shadow banned on YouTube. Or more like I am shadow banned on YouTube. It's not just a video. Because I saw, I looked at the 2 reviews that I just did twice, which is really popular. And it got like 14 views in 7 hours, which is fucking insane. I have 2,500, or how much? 2,100 subs? And like 14 viewers, really? Something really fishy is going on. Like, last week, all my videos hit hundreds. Suddenly, it's not. So I'm kind of fucking pissed. I don't know what's happening. So I'm gonna keep going. So the thing is, like, I was thinking last night, and that is, I don't know why am I doing this YouTube shit anymore. Like, I keep filming reviews, putting so much effort into writing all these scripts and editing just so that people won't see it. And I thought I should really just switch lanes to video essays, but I still keep doing reviews. I never change. So I thought to myself, and the thing is, like, doing reviews is really time consuming. Like, yesterday I was gonna complain to my mom, like, I keep running out of time, you know, I still haven't found my actors, I still haven't done this, haven't done that. But if my mom asked me, then what have you been doing? I would say I've been filming and editing a review, but I can't say that because my family doesn't know that I have a YouTube channel. Not know for sure anyways. So I just think that at some point I really just gotta stop doing reviews or really cut down on them. I mean, right now I'm already cutting down on them a lot by doing mini albums reviews constantly, but still. So yeah, today I'm gonna rewatch Yi, and tomorrow morning I believe I'm gonna film the video essay, like record myself. So I don't know. I'm gonna need the crispier voice though. So yeah. But yeah, that's it. I have 9 episodes of anime to watch today, plus a 3-hour movie. Fuck yeah. Time now is 10:17 p.m. NIHT. You know what that means. Yeah, I really tried my best to follow quote-unquote military-styled schedule by forcing myself to do things. But the fact that I woke up at 1:15 and I had to wait half an hour for my dad to get out of the bathroom, and then I had to eat breakfast, which is cool, and lunch, and then watch 5 episodes of anime, and then film the review, and then edit it. By the time I finish editing that, it's dinner time, and dinner time's just over. And I tried exporting my college update video. I exported it twice, and both times it's corrupted. So now I'm trying to export it through Media Encoder. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna run out of time again. Definitely for sure. Which sucks, but it is what it is, I guess. I'm just gonna try my best to finish as much as I can today. So I still have 4 episodes of anime and 1 movie to watch. After this, I don't have anything else to edit today. No, actually I do. I do have the Halloween video to edit. A vlog I filmed all the way back in October last year, and now it's nearly August. Crazy. Yeah, there are also a couple of interesting things that are interesting, I guess. Not really. One of which is I've been looking on Carousel if I can buy the Ashes of Time DVD, and last night I found that somebody is selling it for only $80, which is hilariously cheap. So much so that I'm almost a little concerned if it's real, but then again, it's Carousel, so the same DVD is also selling for $500, and then one in 380 and another in 180, but that one's already sold. So again, I have no idea. It's a very unstable place. Unlike eBay, where when a certain item is around that price range, then it stays in that price range. So I offered $80, and then the seller responded to me saying that I can go to a certain spot to buy it. So maybe I'll buy it. Who knows? So that's that, and I look forward to getting that, I guess. Next is also something, something good happened, but I forgot what it is. So not good, but like something slightly good happened, and I kind of forgot what that is. So yeah. Another thing is a Pink randomly WhatsApp me. Oh yeah, the other thing is I WhatsApp Nick this morning. I was like, hey Nick, that's not his real name, but hey Nick, I just came back to Hong Kong, and I came back for 13 days, but bear with me. When can we hang out? And he's like, August. And I'm like, are you busy lately? And he's like, we can do tomorrow. And I'm like, nah, I'm not free tomorrow. And he's like, oh, we can do tonight. And I'm like, I'm not free either. So August it is. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember what's the other good thing. Right. Out of curiosity, earlier today, while I was waiting for my dad to come out of the bathroom, I went to my phone and I checked movie screenings, right? Because I need to get updated. I want to find a good movie screening to watch before I could go back to Hong Kong. And then I found out that Look Back has an advanced screening. Holy balls. Look Back? The Look Back is premiering on August 29th, but it does have advanced screenings, even though it's very limited, but it does have advanced screenings. And again, part of me is thinking, are they legit? Are they legit playing Look Back? But on August 11th, they're playing Look Back. And apparently, it's already almost full. So I immediately bought the tickets to watch it. Immediately. No questions asked. So that's fucking great. I got to see Look Back. The thing is, it may never get a US theatrical release because it didn't meet the 70-minute criteria. Even if it is released, it's limited theatrically, so I don't know. Maybe Alamo Drafthouse, maybe AMC The Grove, I don't know. But the fact that it still doesn't have a distributor in America means that the US probably won't even get Look Back until late December, if not even later. So it's good that I can see it in August. But the problem is it's August 11th, Sunday, which means that it might be a day where I have to shoot my short film. And it's very likely, actually, because it's a weekend and it's like the last weekend before I leave. So, and I know August 18th exists, but I'm not fucking filming on the last day. So, no, August 18th I'm gone. Duh. I keep thinking that I'm leaving on the 19th. So, the good thing is it happens at night at 8-something p.m. So I can shoot my short film and then leave to watch a movie, which is insane, but kind of symbolic, no? So I'm really excited about that. I also spoke with Justin T. I sent a screenshot to him and we talked a little bit. I was like, hey, are you interested in watching that? And he's like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm available that day, but sure. But it's okay. When I feel like I and Justin T can hang out, but I feel like we won't watch a movie together. I feel like it's just gonna be a hangout. But when I return to USC, I'll be seeing him again because he's also at USC, so we'll be watching movies together too, so that's great. Okay. Next thing is Pink WhatsApp me saying, oh, when are you leaving? And I'm like, August 17th. And she's like, oh, I and Leia are planning to meet you next Monday for dinner. And I'm like, oh, okay. Let me see if I'm free. Turns out I'm free. So that might as well just happen. So that's cool. First hangout of my stay here. It's been 13 days and I still haven't hung out with a single soul. So this is great. This is fantastic. Keep it rolling. Keep it going. And yeah, so that's it. I'm still very stagnant. Oh my god, it's taking forever. I hope this video doesn't get corrupted because it's so stupid. How my Film 33 documentary, like my cut, is gonna be 3.5 hours long. Like if this can't handle 1 hour and 40 minutes, I don't know how it's gonna handle 3 hours and 30 minutes long. So I really don't know. Anyways, that's it. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up a little earlier, probably 9 a.m., which seems like torture, but torture is good, okay? No pain, no gain. Wake up at 9. I'm gonna film a lot of reviews, edit, watch movies, whatever. I'm gonna bring my laptop to Shumshui-Po, meet my mom, and we're gonna fix my laptop, whatever issue my laptop is facing with glitching and everything. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna go to my brother's birthday dinner, and that's it. So that's gonna be solid. Tomorrow's gonna be very solid. Saturday I have nothing yet, but I might just edit with Tova again. So that's something I could look forward to. Sunday, I'm honestly very excited to edit with Tova. I don't know why, but it just worked really well. It's crazy. We just edited over Discord, and it just worked, you know? It just worked. It's crazy. Sunday, there is a lunch or dinner with my mom's friends, children, whom I've met many years ago, but I haven't seen them in maybe a few years, so something along the lines of that. Monday, again, possible dinner with Leia and Pink. Yeah, so far that's it. Okay. Yep. Oakley dokley, time now is 11:28 a.m. on or 11:29 a.m. on July 25th. It's my brother's birthday. Quick shout out. It has been 14 days since I've returned. 2 whole weeks. And I feel like I've done nothing. Is it 2 weeks or is it more? 25 minus 12 is 13. Plus 1 is 14. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. So yeah, I feel like I've done nothing in these 2 weeks, so that's great. I have to, however, admit that yesterday was probably the most productive day thus far, simply because I stayed at home all day. Yeah, and because of that, I slept extremely late. It was productive in the sense that I did a lot of shit, but because of that, I went to bed at 4:20 a.m. in the morning, which is demented. And I set an alarm for 10:30, but I woke up before the alarm rang. I woke up from a nightmare like 10 minutes before the alarm even rang, and then I'm like, well, that's ruined. So I decided to go back to bed for like 40 more minutes. So here I am, which I shouldn't have, but I did. Also, I have a canker sore here. This is gonna last me another 11 days ish, so that's great. But yeah, I did ended up editing my college update video, and I exported it 4 times in order to get it right. For some reason, it keeps getting corrupted. So instead of for the output coding, instead of H.264, I put it in H.264 Blu-ray, which turns it from 14 gigabytes to 9 gigabytes large. But that's so fucking bullshit. Again, my 3.5 hour long documentary, how am I gonna export that? I have no idea, but I guess I'm just gonna hope. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, thank God that problem is solved. But yeah, today I'm gonna fix the laptop, hopefully, so hopefully that goes somewhere. Another thing is last night I did draw, albeit only for a little bit. I did draw. I did watch Yi, but I basically skipped around. I watched the first maybe half an hour, and then I skipped around towards the rest. I just need to watch key scenes so that I can finish up my video essay. But yeah, I did draw a little bit. I tried to draw my own table, and I draw some shapes on top, like a cylinder and a prism, and I just cannot. I have no idea why. I have no sense of space on the table at all. I just cannot. I don't know why. I feel like I'm gonna need to draw some guidelines or something if I want to draw 3D. This is a huge deal, because I was thinking, like, if I was a production designer, I'd probably have to draw shit like this. Like, it's a table and what's on the table, you know? Like a little prop, you know? So, that's that. I also did go to the USC's new job searching website called Handshake, and I applied for 3 different jobs. They're all shitty. They're all like IT jobs and whatever. The bookstore, oh my god, I'm so fucking mad at the bookstore, because the bookstore has a job open, but it's only for work study, and also it's only for juniors and sophomores. Like, what the fuck are you? Are you a K-pop agency? Like, why so strict? So I don't know what's going on with the bookstore, but what I want to say is fuck the bookstore. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So today, I'm going to take my laptop out to Shunshui and fix it, hopefully, because there's clearly something wrong with the graphics of the laptop. In fact, yesterday, wow, like last night I did so much. I also watched one interview, like one Liam interview clip, not the whole interview, just one clip, and went through it. I also watched one episode of Konosuba, plus 5 episodes of Haikyuu. I did a lot of shit yesterday. I didn't finish editing the Halloween video simply because I realized there needs to be voiceover. But yeah, aside from that, pretty solid. I also, most importantly, went to Facebook and actually typed up the actors for hire, looking for actors post for my short film. And even though it usually works very well, like the last time I tried to look for an actress for Love and Death, I got like 40 something DMs over one night. But for some reason, I got a bad feeling that I wouldn't get any DMs, because I feel like the Facebook page has changed. Like, it's less active nowadays compared to 2 years ago. Second of all, I'm looking for an old man around the age of 50 and 60, which is rare. Usually young actors are, well, young actors, and they would show up in Facebook and actively look for job opportunities, but I guess not. So, however, I was wrong. I was being a little pessimistic. I wake up today and I look at WhatsApp and I've received 4 DMs. It's definitely not as much, but it's better than 0, okay? So, we rolling. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it today. I'm gonna fix my laptop, and then we'll return to my mom's company's office, and then I will go to my brother's birthday dinner, and then that's it for the day. I'm gonna have to watch 3 to 4 episodes of anime, 1 film. I'm gonna release 2 videos, hopefully 1 more college update video, and draw again. Write scripts, draw, that whole thing, and work towards my short film, rewrite the short film script. I have the version 3, which I thought was going to be simple, but then I realized it's almost going to be a complete rewrite, because like nothing makes sense in the version, so I gotta rewrite it to make it better. And then maybe in August I'll start my Mushishi adaptation, which I'm also extremely excited about. But yeah, lots to think. I had a nightmare, and it takes place at home in the bathroom. I don't know why. Something weird happened that pissed me off, but I started, like, I was really angry, and like I don't know, my dad did something, and I was really angry, and I screamed a little bit. My mom came in, like my dad's already mad, and my dad broke some stuff, and my mom came in and she started pouring hot sauce all over my stuff. And by then I was too tired to scream or throw a temper tantrum, so I was really reasonable, and she was actually a little surprised, but at the same time I was really angry. And she poured hot sauce over my facial cream, which is funny because I didn't even bring it back. And I wanted to apply it again, even if it means it's gonna burn my skin. But I hate wasting so much. And then I continued screaming, and then I woke up. So that's that. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm also excited to see Leia and I always say Miriam. I don't know why. Leia and Pink on next Monday, and I want to see Cedric as soon as I can. And then yeah, honestly, at this point, I'm already ready to go back to the U.S. Like after my short film is done, boom, I'm ready to go back and conquer the next semester. And do shit and go places and meet people, you know? The war wages on. I know it's not gonna be easy, but I'm ready to battle, you know? I'm ready to fight with all my power. tennis course. Tennis course. CAA Tennis Center.
I know some guys who here are really good coaches.
God damn. How far did these guys go? The fuck? This is a dead end right here. Can't go in private property. Shit. Okie dokie, time now is 11:31 p.m. on July 25th. Came back home roughly an hour ago. Yeah, it's very late. So let's quickly talk about today. I thought I had a lot of time today to film a video essay, or more like record my voiceover for the video essay, which apparently I didn't even plan to do today, but for some reason this morning I thought it would be perfect. Perfect time for me to do. So I did that. I filmed a mini album review video, and then I had lunch, and then boom, I ran out of time already. What the fuck? I even planned to watch anime and film another thing from a Halloween video. Didn't have freaking time for that. So immediately after lunch at around 2:30, I left, took an MTR all the way to Shamshui-Po, met up with my mom, and we went to the Golden Computer City, where I bought this laptop, and I wanted to see what the hell is the problem with this laptop, because in the last 4 to 5 months, it's been freezing non-stop, lagging, freezing. It's just really weird. Glitching, so on and so forth. I put down my laptop, and my mom's like, oh, it's the fan. Like, I told my colleagues that your laptop is noisy, and both my colleagues also say it must be the fan's issue. And I was like, since when did I complain about the noise? Again, my mom making things up. That's not true. It's not about the noise. It's just laggy. So I went to the same store. Took us a while to find the store. It's like a maze down there. We finally found the store. We found the exact same dude who sold me the laptop. I remember him. He probably didn't remember me because, well, he has a lot of customers. I took out my laptop. I explained my problems, and almost immediately they said, it's the storage. You don't have enough storage space. I have about 28 gigabytes left. But that's weird because in my old laptop, whenever I had 28 gigabytes left, it's still functional. And then they're like, well, is your old laptop Windows, like, what's the window number? And I'm like, Windows 10. And they're like, okay, there you go. So apparently if it's Windows 11, it's more advanced, so it needs more storage space. Like 28 gigabytes is not enough space for it to buffer, I guess. So I'm like, okay. I was like, there isn't a lot for me to say or defend myself or whatever. I'm just like, okay, sure. So we left, and I bought myself. It was my mom's idea. My mom's like, oh, do you want to drink that? And I'm like, I was indecisive. And at the end, I'm like, sure, why not? So I bought a cocoa fruit milk tea thing, which tasted amazing. But in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have drunk that because, oh my god, I was so full. I felt like I was almost going to throw up tonight. So immediately after that, it was like 3:30 or like 3:45 or something, and I'm like, well, I spent Like, I woke up early, I did a bunch of stuff, and I ran out of time. I rushed all the way here just so that we have spare time to kill. Like, I hate wasting time. So my mom's like, aren't you going back to my office to edit? And I'm like, what? I didn't plan to do that today. So, we went back to my mom's office, and I sat down and I looked at the footage I filmed for my mom's company's musical performance thing. And in the meantime, I just chilled, didn't do much. Yeah, you know, that's that. Which is better than, I don't know. I really wish I didn't waste any time, but then it's also fine chilling there, I guess. It's fine. It's whatevs. I didn't really edit, so I just spent 2 hours doing nothing, essentially. I looked at Instagram, I chilled for a little bit, and an hour has gone by already. At around 6:20, while at the office, I took out some time to speak to both my colleagues. I guess I can just openly reveal their names. Should I? You know what? Let's not do that. Let's call them J and A. I told Jay about, I asked Jay what to do with the photos I took, and then I thought I should also add on that and tell him that I may have to ask him for help to graphic design for a poster for my short film. And for some reason, I was kind of embarrassed because both him and A are also really realistic, like really grounded workers, and I am doing some weird, hollow, artsy shit that they definitely won't understand, and they probably think I'm silly. And I asked him, like, can you make a poster? And he's like, what? And I'm like, it has 7 seals on it? Like, the creature seal? So it's really weird, and he's like, sure? He's like, okay. Like, I don't know what to say. And then A, who is, like, I saw him being really, like, what should I call it? Really hectic and really yelly and shouty during those 2 days of the concert, and I felt hesitant to ask him for help. But that's me. It sucks being an introvert filmmaker, because being a filmmaker means you have to constantly ask for help, but I hate asking people for help. I don't want to talk to people. So right when he was about to leave, I was like, oh hey, by the way, I wanted to ask you something. And he's like, what? I was like, oh, so I'm about to make my short film and I need some lights. And he's like, oh sure, whatever, just tell me, what light do you need? And I was like, okay, so I have some night exteriors, and I talked to my friend. Like, I tried to explain the whole, like, why I'm coming up with, why am I asking him for this? And at the end, I was like, okay, I need a 60 watt. And he's like, oh, 60 watt, I got it right here. So he literally walked outside. There's like a cart, and the cart is like tied up with a bunch of light boxes. Light boxes. Gosh, I'm such a non-filmmaker. There's probably a proper term for those boxes. They're not cases. They're like leather, or not leather. They're like wool, not wool. They're like, I don't know how to describe them, but he just took one out. He's like, there, 60. It's an Aputure 60 watt, and then he's like, and then I was like, is it like battery powered? And he's like, oh, you want it battery powered? You need a V mount. And like, I know a bit about cinematography, but not enough to like be an expert. So I was like, oh, V mount, yeah. I thought V mounts, like in my head, I thought V mounts are like batteries for monitors or something. But I feel like I was a little confused, but I went along with it, and I'm like, sure. So he doesn't have a V mount, so he went to Jay to ask him to get a V mount. Forget I said that. And Jay gave him a V mount. He tested it out. It worked. And I'm like, oh, does it connect to a phone through an app? And he's like, yeah, just download this, and then boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, okay, sure. The thing is, like, the AD guy, can't find me a DP or a gaffer. So now I have this light plus like a cable. He calls a cable Fong, which means fire bull or fire cow. And for a moment I was like, what does that mean? And then I was like, I remember it remotely. I heard it somewhere. Apparently it means stinger or something like that. It's not exactly a stinger. I don't know. But he just packed up a bunch of stuff into a box and he's like, here. And I'm like, thank you. And then I'm like, well, fuck. I don't know what to do with this. I can tell Chunhua about this, and also Natalie from LMU. I DM'd her again today asking her when she's free, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm mostly free in August, which is fucking great. I don't think she's that like well versed in lights either, so I just have this Aputure 60 watt, and I guess we're just gonna raw dog it. We're just gonna experiment with it. If it works, it works. But yeah, A was like, oh, do you need other lights? Like, do you need a 300, a 600? And I'm like, we're good, because the crew's gonna be super small. We can't carry too much stuff. So this is what we got. This is what we're using. So yeah, hopefully we figure out how it works. If it works, it's gonna work very well. It's the first time, except for Objects in Mirror. Well, actually, also except for Dreams of an Empty Street. And except for Information Blackout, where I have a light on my short film. And on Love and Death, we only have an Aputure MC that did nothing. Anyways, 6:20 p.m. we left. Dad drove me, mom, brother, helper, all the way to a club in Jordan, civil service club, and went into a Cantonese restaurant, particularly Shunda Cuisine. That's where I saw my two cousins, my aunt, a random woman who is, I guess, my aunt's friend, and Evan, the guy who has a British accent that I saw a couple days ago. And goddamn, it's fucking awkward. Like, I don't know, I tried to be a little friendlier this time around. I'm like, yeah, I talked to my elder cousin a bit. You know, I'm like, hey, how's it going? And he's like, hey, how's it going? And then we just stop and it's just dead air. And I know for a fact that he doesn't give a shit, because he's like immune to awkwardness, but I'm very sensitive to awkwardness, you know? I'm an art guy. I mean, he's an art guy too, but we're different kinds of art guy, you know? So, it went pretty well in the beginning. Like, I was sitting next to my elder cousin, so like we talked about movies and TV a little bit. I asked him when is he going to graduate, you know, basic questions. The thing is, he has no idea what I've been through. I told him about USC, and he's like, wait, I thought you're studying for 4 years, and like apparently he's never updated about my situation, and I was never updated about his situation either. We're basically strangers. And that's actually the funny truth, or the sad truth, and that is, to a lot of these Hong Kongers I know, or I used to know, including people like Natalie and Cedric, it's like they don't even know what I'm doing now. Like, I'm strangers to them as much as they're strangers to me. Which is sad, but I guess people move on, or maybe it's my problem. I don't know, but my brother, my younger cousin, and this Evan guy, they're talking a lot in English, and they're speaking in slangs, you know, like Gen Z, Gen Alpha type beat. But the thing is, I also kind of know what they're saying, but also kind of not, and they're really like friendly together. And my brother's showing them like things on his phone. Like, normally he wouldn't do that to me, but normally I wouldn't ask for it anyways. And at some point, it's just four of them just talking, and then at some point it's just, they just left without me, and they just disappeared in the mountains. They just left the restaurant, and I went outside the restaurant to look for them, or just go for a walk at the same time. I went twice. I went back again. I went out again. I went back again. I literally went up the mountain, and I like, it's just one private property after another. It's a football field, and then it's some fancy apartment estate, and then it's some other like private property, like a tennis club. Like, where the hell did they go? I have no idea. And I'm too full, and for some reason I have a little headache in the back of my head, like a little migraine, so I can't function properly. So I just went back to my seat, and for the rest of the night, I was just like sitting there like a stone. And I don't want to use my phone either, because there's nothing on my phone. I'm at an age where I can't just have a phone on me and be entertained, you know? I can scroll through Instagram and Twitter and Reddit and YouTube as much as I want, but at some point, they give me nothing. Like, I have nothing. And then my older cousin comes back and we don't talk. And I just sit there just staring into the air. You know, this is like 101 symptom of somebody with depression. I don't know if I'm depressed or not. But I think in public I do seem depressed, at least. Like, because I've been back in Hong Kong for 14 days and I feel like I've accomplished nothing. And outside of my apartment, in any public settings, in any dinner, I would just be quietly sitting by myself, staring into the air, like a soulless, dead person, like a vegetable. And it's weird, like, if you don't know who I am and you see this guy sitting and staring into the air constantly every day, you think, okay, something's wrong with this guy, but I don't know what's wrong with me, honestly. And I think about how, like, I come off very cold and isolated. I always look at myself in third person view and I was like, okay, I come off very cold. It's like something traumatized me, or it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm sad and depressed. But the thing is, like, if I'm with Tova or Michelle or Jonathan or whatever, or even Cliff Gang, I can actually talk with them the same way I'm talking now, or maybe a bit less, but, you know, it's strange. So I guess this is it, huh? I've truly abandoned my life and all my relationships in Hong Kong, almost all. And I've truly just moved on. Like, I don't need Hong Konger friends anymore. I've just moved on, and, like, I don't know. Is it my problem, though? I feel like I'm in a habit of developing momentary friendships and throwing them away, but it's not because I love ending friendships. It's just because I am cursed this way. I don't know, but I think my elder cousin notices it too, but at the very end he tries to dab me up, but it was a really weak dab. I don't like dabbing people up. The thing is, in America, everyone dabs each other up. Victor dabs me up, and I can't fucking do it. I'm East Asian, bro. Like, so, I was about to say, Takumi doesn't do it too, but Takumi actually does it, I think. The dude is from Osaka. Never underestimate a guy from Osaka. But yeah, people in Osaka are really American, I think. I digress. So, and my belly was so big. The thing is, like, gaining weight is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. It's good because it's like I'm growing, you know? It's bad because I'm getting fat. Like, I'm already getting fat in America, finally, which is good, but by going back to Hong Kong, I'm also gonna get fat even faster. So instead of just going to the gym and working out and building chest muscles and bulking and whatever, now I also need to start doing cardio and lose fat simultaneously. So, yeah. That's it. That's it for today. I don't know how much time I have left to do everything I want to do later. Hopefully I do, but tomorrow I'll be waking up early again, because I need to go to my dad's family's place. Also on Saturday, I've decided to buy my Ashes of Time DVD. The buyer seems really robotic. Like, I DM'd him, I'm like, hey, just curious, are there any damages to the DVD? Why is it that the DVD is yellow, but the other ones I've seen is like grayish purple? And he's like, he didn't use any emojis, he didn't even use punctuations. He just said, and he used very blunt language. He's like, DVD is perfect. No damages except for the, the packaging. It's in a different color because there are different issues. Like issuing, And I'm like, okay, then I'll buy it. And then he's like, please state your time. And I'm like, this Saturday? And he's like, and he didn't even respond. He said Shamshui Station. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So yeah, on Saturday I'm going to Shamshui, which I hate because it's so far away, but then like, it's fine. Like, I wanted to go to Kuntong to do the exchange, but truth be told, so the guy's schedule is a bit wonky. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, from 6 p.m. till 10 p.m., I can get the DVD at Kuntong, which is closer, I prefer that. Or on Tuesday and Saturday, almost full day, Shamshui. So he probably lives in Shamshui and works in Kuntong. So, the thing is, I'm only free this Saturday and next Tuesday. It's so bullshit. There are other times where I'm free on other days, but I'm always having dinner with somebody. So, yeah. So I've decided Saturday, Shamshui Po, $80, Ashes of Time DVD, excited to get it. Yeah. Excited to buy more Blu-rays at CD Warehouse, honestly. Let's hope the Miyazaki Blu-rays are there. But yeah, that's it. More importantly, I'm very excited to see Leia and Pink again. The thing is, like, we still maintain friendship despite the fact that we barely know about each other's lives now. Pink got STDs and she never told me. I mean, it's a very personal thing, but if Natalie can know, surely me, who is closer at this moment, can know too. It's funny how Natalie knows it. And it's funny how at around Form 3 and Form 4, like, Natalie and Pink, or I think Form 4, Natalie and Pink are really close for that period of time, and then they stop being close. Like, they just dislike each other from then on out. And it's actually, if you think about it, my friendship with Pink at this moment is longer than Pink's friendship with Natalie, which sounds fucking insane, given that I always see other people's friendships more important than my friendship with anyone, because I always see myself as a small, insignificant man. I don't know, I think too much, but I'm excited to see them, definitely, faux show, and yeah. Also, it's important to note that when I showed my laptop to those two guys working at that shop, it worked fine. No lagging at all. I turn on OBS, I turn on Minecraft, and I open multiple tabs in Google. No problemo. Of course, whenever I show the problem to somebody, the problem disappears. It's nearly 4 a.m. and I did another drawing session. This time I'm focusing on faces. I drew this, which is a disaster. I tried drawing Gyro from JoJo. I spent a lot of time on this one. The thing is, Gyro's slightly looking up, and I don't know how to draw the chin facing towards me. And also the portions are fucked, but I'm trying my best. I drew this, which is from my own photo, but it looks like a mess, but it does look like something at least. And then I drew some small sketches of Loomis heads, and they seem pretty good. The difference between this and this is that for this one I tried to make it look upwards, but I just don't know how to make it look sideways and upwards at the same time. It just looks like it's looking sideways. And then I tried to freestyle Natalie, and it looks like absolute garbage, so we're just gonna forget that even happened. Alright, time now is 11:05 a.m. in the morning on July 26th. I slept from 4:30 a.m. till 10:45, woke up by an alarm. Yeah, again, I keep sleeping later and later and later because I just have so much shit to do. I don't know how did I manage to overwhelm myself with so much shit, but here I am. I really don't know how. But yeah, I woke up early today just so that I can start doing things. I finally edited the Halloween vlog video. I'm pretty impressed with it. Not impressed, but like I'm pretty happy it's done, you know? I didn't finish watching the Florida Project. Like, oh my god, I wanted to finish watching the Florida Project and watch 4 episodes of Konosuba. I only watched 40 minutes of a movie last night. So that was a fucking failure. But I did draw, at least. I did draw, and that's great. It feels good. I need to draw more. Again, my intro to art directing class is gonna happen. Thanks to Equo. So I gotta freaking do it. I'm actually like ultra invested in the Film 33 doc now because I don't know, it's getting more and more interesting. So I want to do something about it. I need to desperately edit subtitles to my short film. It's been 4 months, almost 5 months since I finished coloring, since Cliff has finished coloring it, and it's been stagnant. It's in post-production hell. So I got to do something about it. I gotta write the version 3. I gotta write World Is Not Enough version 2, and yeah, I gotta look at the casting. Yesterday I talked to my mom about a small issue, and that is I don't have the props. The thing is, like, I wanted to film my apartment, and I wanted to have as many old props as possible. Like, I want the curtains here to be old curtains, because the opening scene, or like the second scene of the script, literally involves the curtain with the curtain's so damaged that you could almost see through it. This is obviously not working. And then there's also an old computer frame. Like, right now, the computer in my mom's room, the monitor just looks different, which just doesn't work for me. It just feels wrong. And it's easy for me to say, oh, I give up. I don't have the time or the effort, and I don't know how to randomly create a new computer screen. Instead of saying that, you know what? I'm a film person, and I'm an art person. Let me brainstorm. Let me see what ways I can do to get that old monitor. Maybe I can work some magic and actually bring myself an old monitor and have it work. For this, maybe I can damage my own curtain. It sounds crazy, but maybe I could do that. Or maybe I could get a new curtain and install it. Like, who knows? But yeah, I don't know. So I need to brainstorm around things a little bit. There's so much. Like, if we have the old boxy TV, that would be great. If we have the old glass light in the living room, that would be great. If we had the old piano, that would be great. But all these things are gone because my mom loves throwing things away. But anyways, I digress. Today, part of the reason why I'm waking up early is because at around 3 p.m. I need to leave again to have dinner again. It's day 15. It's been 15 days since I've returned, and for 15 days straight I've been doing nothing but following my mom. My mom's like, okay, go work here, go work there, and I'm like, okay. My mom's like, go have dinner here, go have dinner there, go meet this person, go meet that person, and I'm like, okay. Truth be told, I came back to Hong Kong for a couple things. One is family, and that is immediately fulfilled. One is film. The other is actually rest. I just want to take a rest, you know? I just want to do nothing and just enjoy the vibes of Hong Kong. But I am never able to do that. I come back and I'm just told to do this and do that and do this and do that. And it's been half a month and I've had no soul. So that's very sad. I just wanted to, like, feel like life is slow, and I want to feel that time is slowing down. And that especially helps with my script writing, because right now I feel like I'm forcing myself to write. I'm not that inspired, actually. For me to be inspired, I need life to not be so boring and not bored at the same time. Like, I can't be doing all these things. I can't be going to all these places and doing all these things. Even though I don't really want to, you know? But yeah, anyways, fuck. Yeah, I want to draw more. I think drawing is very important. Yeah. I had a dream where I saw Potato Gang, and they were setting up a trailer, like a vehicle trailer, and I wanted to join in, and they seem nice, but they're like, it's a bad idea to be in a vehicle with us, in a trailer with us, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, so I left. Yeah, I bet none of them even remember who I am. Small part of me wishes that I could come back in style and make them like me and respect me, but even if they do, it would be just out of maturity. And it's not like I can go back in time, so what's gone is gone, I guess. But yeah, I'm, however, looking forward to going back to the US and keep finding new interesting people to work with, I guess. In fact, I desperately need to find new interesting people. Yeah. Oh, also I need to run because I'm really getting fat. Maybe Saturday, maybe tomorrow would be a good time for me to go downstairs and have a jog, sweat a bunch, and yeah, I think that's it. Shit. Time now is 12:07 after midnight. Day 15. Nothing too interesting happened today. Again, because I woke up a little early today, I actually got to do quite a bit of stuff this morning. To be fair, I didn't plan to do much stuff. I didn't film a review. I finished watching the Florida Project. I watched one episode of anime. I edited my mini album review video, and I even had a little time to edit my documentary, which I'm very much enjoying. At around 4:20 p.m. ish, I left. My dad drove me and my brother, and then picked up my mom, and we went all the way to my dad's brother's family's place again, and we had dinner there. Contrary to the few dinners I've had in my stay in Hong Kong so far, today I feel like I've engaged with people much more, simply because I feel a little bit more at ease with... I don't know why, honestly. We had dinner, which, not gonna lie, I hate to say this, but it was subpar. Normally it's great. Normally they cook up some great stuff. Normally the soup would be great. Normally they would have, I don't know, a variety of meats and a variety of vegetables as well. Today, there's barely any vegetables in the meal, other than something that looks very bad and lazily put together. zai, like a vegetarian mix, but it looks terrible. The soup is very bland, very watery. It's a donggua soup. And the meat is meh. But yeah, it was fine. Afterwards, I played mahjong with my mom, my dad's sister, and my dad's mom, aka grandma. And it's the first time I've ever played mahjong with family. Also, the first time I've played mahjong since playing it with Glenn, Stephanie, and Amos back in January. And then prior to that, it's been like a whole year. So honestly, I'm really rusty. And at first, but I do know how to play some mahjong. But people treat me as if I have zero idea. They're like trying to explain it to me, and I'm a little bit like, I know, okay? So I played, and holy shit, I'm so good at it. Maybe I'm just lucky. Maybe it's like, I don't know. It's like whenever I'm trying to win, I don't win. Whenever I don't try to win, I win. So today I won not once, but twice. I played 5 rounds and I won twice. And just because I didn't win doesn't mean I lose. But there's one round where I made someone win, so I was technically the loser and I had to pay, you know. That's how the rules work. If you put out a piece and that piece led to someone winning, you're the one who made that person win, so you lost. And usually it's the person before, like in the rotation, right? There are 4 players and we place out pieces clockwise or maybe counterclockwise sometimes, but whoever's in the previous person who put out the piece loses. So I lost one time. But yeah, I won twice. The second time I played, I was even like playing to lose, or more like I was playing without paying any mind. But I was so lucky. I keep picking out good pieces, and I was like, I think I could win. Like the first win, I didn't even know if I can win or not. I was still like a little unsure. Like, what if I go, hey, I win, and I flip the pieces, and then turns out I'm not winning, and I just screwed up the whole thing. So my dad's brother's son, so my uncle's son, so my cousin, who is older than me, was like, he's like, yeah, I think you can win. Like, he's like trying to school me. And then I won a little bit of money, and then I lost, and then it was a net loss. And then a little bit later, I played again, and this time I didn't have any help, and I just got it. It was actually amazing, because I think I've never won before, or maybe I've won once on accident a long time ago with Potato Gang or something, or maybe with like Pink, like during 2019 or something, like early 2019-ish, maybe in 2020. So this is weird. So anyways, that's that. And then I returned home and then went to the bathroom. Here I am. I really feel fat, and I feel like I've eaten so much because I almost vomited again. I felt my stomach, my gastric acid coming out to my throat. I didn't vomit, but I felt it, you know. So, shit, you know. But yeah, overall, that's it. Yeah, but I feel pretty okay today, even though there's always something that's like missing, and I don't know what it is, but I think what I have in front of me right now, it's pretty simple, and it's gonna be okay. I talked to Justin T a little bit more today, because I was looking at HKIFF screenings, and they're doing a lot more screenings in August, but they're not really interesting. The only interesting screening was The Substance premiere. And I showed it to Justin T, and Justin T's like, holy shit, I think I'm free that day. Also, I want to watch that film. And I'm like, yeah, great. And then he's like, oh, but it's so late though. The film starts at 9 p.m. To me, 9 p.m. is nothing. I'm gonna watch this film at 9 p.m. I'll come home at 1. I don't care. I love movies. But he's like, oh, it's too late, you know, the curfew. And I'm like, okay. But we can still hang out. And he's like, yeah, sure. And then we talked a little bit about, like, he's like complaining how Long Legs isn't showing in Hong Kong. And I'm like, yeah, Neon don't show films to Hong Kong. And he's like, what? But I thought they're pretty mainstream. And I had to teach him what is a distributor and what they normally do. So Neon is strictly North American. But yeah. In normal circumstances, I would be really stressed out about my short film, and to be fair, I should be a little stressed out. But honestly, I'm not that stressed out. As long as I have the people, and as long as I have the actors, I can just go. Like, I already got a light from my mom's company. I know that my mom's company also has a tripod and somebody out there has got to have a gimbal, and my mom's company also has a good Hollyland wireless mic. I got my own camera sitting right here perfectly, and I'm having actors right now. Yesterday I DM'd the kid who helped who acted as young Jason, but I think the WhatsApp is ran by his father. I asked him if he has any friends who's similarly aged and can also act, and they're like, yeah. Which is a little, really? So I'm not quite sure yet. I don't know how real that is, but you know, if that's real, that would be huge. I got auditions coming in to play the old guy. So honestly, I'm pretty set as long as I find the actor and find crew people. I think the trickiest part is that it's a 3-day shoot, so I'm not gonna have the same crew every single day. So some days I'll have Natalie from LMU. I hope she shows up for all 3 days, but obviously that's a bit of a hassle for her. Hopefully Chenhua shows up for a couple of days. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully the AD guy finds a couple guys for me. I don't even care where they are, where they're from. Worst case scenario, my mom's company can, you know, my colleagues J or A can help me out. Worst case scenario, and Potter can help out. Maybe Justin T want to help out. I don't freaking know. Or I don't know. Maybe I can ask Pepper for help as well. Maybe Pepper knows some film people. I don't know. But as long as I have 3 people aside from me in the crew every single day, we're solid. We need 3 people, and that's it. The props are going to be a bit of a problem, but honestly, I think I can brainstorm it. Again, I'm going to do something to my curtains, or maybe I'm going to find a different curtain, or I'm going to find a different monitor. Like, I don't know. I can brainstorm some stuff. So, it seems complicated, but honestly, it's not that complicated. And of course, I need to finish rewriting my short film, and then quickly pump out the shot list. But really, it's not that complicated. Also, I DM'd Tom. Tom is on a trip right now, but he's coming back to Hong Kong on August 10th, and I told him, hey, maybe we can hang out. So yeah. So tomorrow, I'm going to Shangshui Po to buy Ashes of Time DVD at 5 p.m. I'm excited to do that. And on Monday, hopefully, I buy more Blu-rays because I don't care anymore. Also, I'm gaining quite a bit of money for my mom's company. I'm gaining apparently 10,000 Hong Kong dollars for filming and editing 2 videos, which is insanely high, and I feel like it's a little stupid because it's essentially my mom giving me money, but this time legally through a company. But because of that, in a sense, technically I did gain 10k Hong Kong dollars, which means that I should feel a little bit better about spending money on more Blu-rays. So yeah. I also think my camera is a fantastic purchase. Like, even though it's expensive, the lenses are expensive, but like, holy shit. such a good investment. Like, I film so much stuff with my camera. Film 33 BTS, short film, my trip to Japan. I helped my mom's company film stuff. I film so much stuff with my camera. Honestly, it's so useful. What a great investment. Tova hasn't responded to me yet, so I don't know if I get to edit with her tomorrow night, but it's not a huge deal. I mean, next Tuesday night I can edit with her as well. No rush. Yeah, that's it.